the wires under all that stuff. You have to kind of fit them on the end of the distributor, and it sort of doesn't, you know, whatever. Okay, I gotta show you this too. Let's see, this is the brains, right? The ECM, engine control module. Yeah, this is the smarts, and it's kind of cool. I mean, you know, a lot of people think these are hard to work on. As far as late 20th or 21st century automobiles, because they're all computerized, and it's not actually. I mean, once you learn how to do it, it's pretty simple stuff, actually. Probably simpler. No, it's not simpler than like a 50 Ford, but it's not as hard as you would think. This machine has 3 computers in it. It's got the ECM. It's got a CCM, which controls the interior and the climate control and all that kind of stuff. And I believe there's a third one, and I can't remember what it's called, and I don't know what it's for. Oh, wait, maybe I do. Because back behind this seat, if I can get it to open. How does it open? Do you open? Open! Oh, shoot. Ah, there we go. There's another brain back here. That's the for the ABS. So your brakes don't lock, or so your brakes, they lock up, but they don't lock, if that makes any sense. And supposedly there's also a thing for the stereo in here. You know, like that's the actual stereo, and the thing under the dash is a control head, but I don't know. I have a feeling that's an ABS unit. I don't know. A lot of wires going to the stereo. The stereo was originally a Bose, and very expensive, very elaborate. And the fellow who owned this car before me decided it was too elaborate, and decided I'll just rip that out and replace it with something cool. You know, something where the lights change as the music plays or whatever. It does have Bluetooth though, and if I ever get it working, that'll be cool. Oh yeah, I was going to show you. Check this out. How do you work on the battery? What do you suppose? Do you have to take all this stuff out of the way? No! Chevy knew that they congested the shit out of this thing. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to use a profanity. So they made these removable. Well, it's not a bolt, sorry. There's some bolts underneath, you undo it, and this whole thing comes off, and the battery slides out sideways. Pretty clever, eh? Yeah, I know, you know, but there, like I said, there's not much room under this hood. Of course, they probably could have put it up there, but hey, what fun would that be? They get the same thing on the other side, although there's nothing over there you need to access. Cruise control, check that out. Cruise control. Oh, wait, that's the better. Cruise control. Master brake booster. There you go. I had to replace that. It had a huge crack in it, and wasn't working. So whenever you wanted to stop, you had to kind of stand up like Fred Flintstone and apply the brakes. What other far out things can I show you? Probably nothing. That's about it, I guess. Except for the fact that, you know, it's cool, man. The whole front end opens. It's like a race car. You know what I mean? And the rear suspension is the same as the front suspension. It's that it's not stamped steel. It's all cast aluminum or whatever. This is the tail end. Let's go look at the back end. I forget what year it was, but originally these Corvettes, I think, had round taillights, and the ZR1, which is like the Corvette, you know, like, I don't know, bajillion horsepower, that kind of stuff, had these square taillights. And for some reason, Chevy decided that all of these Corvettes should have square taillights. Got me. I don't understand it either. My antique auto license plate. Check that out. The car's old enough to be an antique. It's almost as old as I am. Dual exhausts, which, as you can see, are blackened because the motor's running rich, so it dumps a lot of black smoke. If you jump on it at speed, it'll roll coal, even though it's not a diesel. Don't know what else to show you. Oh, maybe I could show you. I had to fix this. I'm so proud of this. Press that button and press the Magico. The back end opens. Check it out, dude. Ooh, and then you lift it up. And this is where the roof goes. See that? You can store. I don't know what you're supposed to do with your groceries. I guess you tuck them under there somehow. And it doesn't pivot up like you'd think it would. But anyway, oh, check this out. I love doing this, man. You know how you got to pull up one way or the other to a gas pump? Not in a Corvette. At least not this one. You do this, man. Check it out. I can feel it from either side. How convenient is that? Oh, they thought of everything. That's Chevy engineers. All right. Oh, the button. That button that I pressed, the yellow button, it opens the tail. There's actually another one. Look at that. You can just open the door and press that switch, and the lid pops up the back hatch. Except that this one doesn't work. So, oh well. What else can I show you? Not much. Air freshener. You always need an air freshener. And the automatic transmission. C4s came with a 6-speed, and the 6-gear was overdrive. Quite an overdrive, actually. This is a 4-speed automatic. I kind of wanted an automatic so that Anne-Marie could drive it. And yeah, I'm sure she'll want to do that. I can see her doing that. Actually, I can see her doing it, but you know, she has to have the whatever confidence, whatever you call that. Anyway, ooh, groceries. Check it out. Milk run, man. You want to run for groceries? No better way than a Corvette. I'm trying to think if there's. Oh, they got this. Check this out. Driver Information Center. Check all the things you can do. Except that worked for a little while, and now it's kind of on the fritz. So all I can get is the cooling thing, which is good because Corvettes run hot. At least this one does. On the road they do about 185 degrees. If they're standing still, they'll go up to 200 and some odd. And most people, because of that, try and put cooler thermostats in them. But that doesn't really help because it makes the car run not so hot. Or less efficient, I guess. And they are built to run hot. Like, if it gets above like 285 degrees or something, then you're in trouble. But if, you know, it's lower than that, hey, just keep going. Faster you drive, the cooler it'll get. That's pretty much it for this car. As you can see, the interior's been customized. I took out a lot of the plastics needed to be repaired. They're like all broken. The passenger door panel was completely warped. It wouldn't even stay up. Kind of like this insulation here, but it was really bad. So I pulled it off. It's in the garage, and I don't think I'll be able to salvage it. I probably have to buy a new one. What else? I think it. Oh, yeah, this is fun. These are adjustable right here. There's all kinds of bolts so that the top can fit just right. So it uses these seals, you see, and the seals in the back and seals on the side. And yeah, they are. That's to keep the water out when the top's on. And the problem is that when you change this, these are new. Replace them. When you do that, you have to readjust the roof. And that means you have to take all this plastic out of the way and stuff. And then you have to undo all the bolts, put the roof on, and then adjust everything up so that the roof, you know what I mean, seals. Except that it doesn't seal. And this and a lot of T-top cars, GMs anyway, leak. So you'll come out after rain and there'll be water under your seats, which is why there's no carpeting in this car right now, because the carpeting will be soaking wet most of the time. So eventually there will be carpeting, I hope. Eventually this might even look like a car, you know? Oh, there's the jack handle. It wouldn't fit in the storage center. I had to go buy this. Because whoever had the car before me decided they didn't need one. And with the 20-inch wheels, it probably wouldn't have done them any good anyway. When you put a 17-inch spare on, you know what I mean? You kind of go down the road lopsided. I don't know. There's a lot of things that should have been done with this car. The 20-inch wheels, for instance, would have paid to completely overhaul the car, I think. And the tires, you know, I mean, it's 20-inch wheels with 20-inch tires that are that wide. Check out the backs, man. Look at it. It's like owning a dragster. That's a wide damn tire. And only BF Goodrich makes them anymore. So that's going to cost me an arm and a leg. And okay, that's. Oh, let's close the hood. Here we'll undo this nifty automatic thingy. Hold up, I gotta. Oh, that's the other problem with 20-inch wheels. Check that out. They kind of rub through the fenders. No road. What do you call it? Wheel travel? Yes, limited wheel travel. So the car rode a lot different, and for some reason with the bigger tires on it, you couldn't break the back end loose. I'm not sure. I think it has the same effect as putting tall gears in. I'm not sure. I don't know much about that kind of stuff. Anyway, here's the whole car. How's that? Ooh, it's that sexy bright aqua. Hey, and that's one of the reasons I bought this thing. I fell in love with the color, even though it's a piece of crap. Ha, how's that? But it only has 94,000 miles on it, and several of the other cars I was looking at had 150,000 or better for about the same price. And it ended up that we paid way less than that. We bought the car for $4,400 or something like that. But the guy who sold it to us made it so that took care of the tax and title and everything. So we bought it for less than that. And then after I sold the wheels and the racing seats that it had that didn't actually fit in the car, it dropped the price considerably. So I paid maybe about $3,000 for this beast. Oh, yeah, the racing seats were hysterical. Look, check this out. You see how much room I have? And eventually I'll buy real Corvette seats, but these work in the meantime. See how much room there is in there? Yeah. The racing seats were right up against the roof. They were like here. Yeah, it didn't fit in the car. I don't know. I guess that's a thing. Big wheels and racing seats that don't fit in the car. Oh, and they were power. They were power seats, which part of what made them even taller. The big power units underneath that didn't work. That was cool. They only worked in certain directions or not at all. And from what I learned and understand, power seats have transmissions in them. And the transmissions in the seats were blown because they use plastic gears, and they don't hold up too well. And oh, look, you can see the seat covers. Let's see. They're useless now. Well, they were useless then too, but oh, more paint, more faked up paint. See that? This is faked up. You can scratch that off with your fingers. Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? I'm gonna take these out. There was I don't have it in this car, but there was a button here on some of the Vettes. You pressed it and it changed the ride. You could select like just cruising, or like I'm in the street kind of driving kind of setting, or you could push it to we're going to go as fast as hell as we can through all these curves. It got real stiff. This car has a stiff suspension. It rides like a truck, actually, but it also corners like a go-kart, so that's pretty neat. And that completes our tour of the Daddy's 93 C4 Corvette that you paid all of, I don't know, $3,000 for. And I'm going to take my groceries now, and my Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and my stamps. I bought some stamps. I've been wandering around all day. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to stay at home, but I got my mask, you know. I'm invulnerable. So that's it. Unless you, ooh, I didn't show you this. Check that out. Yeah, that's a stoplight way up on the roof, because this thing sits so low you probably can't see the other one. That whole panel pops up when the hatch opens, and there's like 4-5 bulbs in there, and each bulb is like really expensive, and they were all burned out. And the wiring wasn't connected either. That was cool. So I had to make a wiring harness and replace all those bulbs. Yeah, fun. But I was able to find the bulbs pretty cheap, so it wasn't as bad as it sounds. That's it. Okay, we're done. You guys can all go home now. It's been nice talking to you. It's been a lot of fun for everyone, and hopefully it'll be over soon. So you guys take care and stay well.